Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. Alright guys, on this episode of Bullet Points, we are going to dive into the continued quest to rid ourselves of the concealed carry law passed by Governor Hochul, supported by Attorney General Letitia James in the New York case of who's who against our infringements. This is incredibly important because as we have more and more updates and more injunctions and more emergency stays, step by step, the juggernaut is being brought down, and that is what we're going to talk about on this episode. Everything is linked in the description box below. I cannot wait to hear what you guys think about this one. I'm going to say a quick word from our returning sponsor, Established Titles, and then we are going to break this down again. Can't wait to hear your thoughts. The Established Title Packs give you 1 square foot of dedicated land in an estate in Edelston, Scotland, along with a certified crest like you see right here. This is based on a historic Scottish custom which will allow landowners to become lords or ladies, and if you act now, you can be in the LOA little plot so we can have our own little fiefdom. This is a fun and novel way to preserve the woodlands of Scotland. They work with global charities, One Tree Planted and Trees for Our Future, to support global reforestation efforts. You could officially change your name to Lord or Lady and get it on your plane tickets and also on your credit cards. This makes a great last minute gift, and they have couple packs which you can get adjoining plots of land together. In order to give the ultimate conversation piece for that special someone, Established Titles is running a massive sale right now. Plus, if you use the code Langley, you get an additional 10% off. Go to establishedtitles.com/Langley to support the channel now. Alright, so as I mentioned in the introduction, we're going to dive into an update that's happening against the gun control law, the concealed carry laws, the sensitive places law coming out of New York. Now, this is a very important update because it's basically taking the next step. At the very high level, you have a federal judge who originally issued an emergency stay on the order to prevent pastors and people in worship services or worship buildings from carrying firearms because they deemed it a sensitive place, like everywhere else in New York they tried to do. There was given an emergency stay because it was questionable whether it was constitutional. Questionable. Well, now you've got the next step. The stay has now been upgraded to an injunction, which is going to last longer, pending further deliberation. This is incredibly important because as we go through the different ways that this case is and these laws are getting smacked around, you'll start to see there are fatal flaws across the entire spectrum. This is going to translate to places like New Jersey, who did a copycat bill. It's going to translate to California and San Jose with the mandated gun insurance. It's all going to fall. It's just going to take our resolve and our stubborn ability to enforce our rights through the judicial system. That is what's pretty much at stake here. But check this out. Everything's always linked, as I like to do for you guys. Judge extends hold on New York's gun ban in houses of worship. So again, this is important. Extending the hold. That is not the same as what they originally did a month ago, because this has been ongoing for about a month now. Buffalo, New York, from the AP. A federal judge has blocked a provision of New York's new gun law that bans carrying firearms in houses of worship from taking effect in parts of the state. Now that's important. This is not statewide. This is just parts of the state. However, as you get to stack this in different areas and you get a whole big tapestry of different rulings, it's going to escalate. Now, as a reminder, this is all due to the Bruin decision. It's all going against Attorney General Letitia James. She's got her hands full defending the fact that you have to have social media backing up the fact that you can have your rights. She's under the problem of concealed carry making everything sensitive places. They've gotten a whole other injunction they're dealing with at the Second Appellate Court. This is incredibly important because as more pressure is put on this machine, the machine will crumble because it is not constitutionally sound. Let's keep going because, again, going from all angles, baby. U.S. District Judge John Sinatra Jr. sided with 2 Buffalo area clerics and gun rights organizations who had sued and sought a hold on enforcement of the law until the judge decides the case on its merits. Again, originally it was an emergency injunction, or emergency stay or hold, and now it's being extended. It's going in the right direction, slowly but surely, because that's how this system works. The preliminary injunction issued late Thursday extends a temporary hold Sinatra ordered last month. The order to stop enforcing the law applies directly to the prosecutors in Erie and Niagara counties and to the state police who are defendants in the lawsuit. This is why it's so important to become active. You need to be involved in fighting for your rights. This is a perfect example. 2 people. The Bruin decision, very few people. The ghost gun legislation and lawsuits, very few people. All of these things stack and stack against the gun controllers because they do not have a constitutional footing. This is incredibly important to understand and dive at because it has immediate ramifications. But let's continue. The last thing here, this is important. Quote, "The nation's history does not countenance such an incursion into the right to keep and bear arms across all places of worship across the state," Sinatra wrote. That's incredibly important because Bruin is coming back. The medicine of brewing is drawing the poison of gun control out of the wound. It's just going to take more and more and more time. And we are here for the long fight. But this is what he's referencing right here. The nation's history does not countenance such an incursion. Text, tradition, and history. That's what the Bruin decision came. That's why they're attacking it so hard. That's why they're on the ultimate defense, because they cannot reconcile all their laws with the Bruin decision, which is the law of the land stacking on top of Heller. Come at me, bros, because the Bruin decision is coming to town. That's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you tonight on the next episode. I'm Braden. See you later.